The No Fate channel checking in. On today's episode, I'm giving you dads a few quick tips to help you prevent rust on your snowblower. I am dedicated to helping you dads. If this is your first time to the No Fate 24/7 channel, then please hit that subscribe button. Today, I'm going to go over a few tips to help you prevent rust buildup on your snowblower. If you're not familiar with snowblowers, I will tell you one of the biggest reasons that they go bad is that rust builds up along the frame and eventually rots out the frame, and that's why they go bad a large portion of the time. So one of the things you can do is to try to mitigate that rust. Of course, rust never sleeps. It's working, it's building up 24/7, 365. So eventually, over the course of a long period, you are going to see some rust. However, hopefully these few quick steps can help you reduce, mitigate that buildup. So the first thing you want to do after you finish snow blowing is to run your auger. You want to clear out as much of that snow inside the snowblower as possible. So by running that auger, you're going to clear at least some of the snow that's still trapped around those snowblower blades. The next thing you want to do is get a snow brush that you would normally use on your car or whatnot and clear off as much snow around the frame as possible. So the top and the sides. Don't put it inside your snowblower. Don't put your hands inside the snowblower. Always think safety first, okay? The next thing you want to do is let your snowblower run for a few minutes. So that's going to help clear off, or at least warm up and burn off some of the snow that's on the engine. So those three steps you want to do before you put your snowblower away. Once you put your snowblower away, that snow that you weren't able to get, because of course you're not going to be able to get 100% of the snow off, is going to continue to melt. And you want to give it a space to melt and allow the frame of your snowblower not to be sitting in that water. If you look closely, you can see that the bottom of the snowblower is actually sitting on top of a brick. And on top of that brick, I actually have a shelf liner that has small little plastic rivets in it. Again, allowing water to flow off of the snowblower, so to speak, and keep moisture from the ground from basically seeping in, sitting on the bottom of that snowblower frame. Even with all those steps, you're still going to have some rust buildup over the years, but again, you're trying to just do as much as we can with a few quick steps. One of the biggest ways to mitigate rust on your snowblower is to keep it out of the elements all year round. So ideally, when you do store it, whether it's between snowstorms or for the year, you want to store it in a shed, in a garage, if possible. Now, this isn't always possible. Some alternatives to a shed or a garage would be underneath your deck, trying to give it just a little bit more coverage from the rain and the elements. Again, if you have to store the snowblower underneath a deck or just outside for that matter, try to put a tarp over it to allow any water that you would get from rain or other snow to simply not sit on the frame of the snowblower. So that is it for my quick tips. One thing you could do that is obviously a lot more involved, and that would be to wax the top and the inside of the snowblower. That is something obviously probably meant for spring, summer, or fall. Definitely not something you want to be doing in the cold winter. That would help, again, keep that water off of the metal parts and hopefully prevent rust buildup and keep your snowblower running longer and keep you from having to buy a new one. I hope you found this video informative. If you made it this far, give it a like, hit that subscribe button as usual. Thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. I am dedicated to helping you dads be great parents to your children and still accomplish your own personal goals. I post tips and tricks to save you dads time, energy, and money. 3 things that are in short supply for every dad out there.